Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a little whimsy on the weekend. So this morning is a slow morning. It is chilly. It is a blanket of fog outside. It's actually very pretty when the field across the way just kind of fills in with the fog. Honestly, I don't remember the fog ever being quite so frequent and thick when I was a child. I'm living in the same general area I grew up in, and I just don't remember this much fog. Maybe that's just the difference of a slight elevation change, but I gotta say, my recent drives into work have been so very foggy. It's incredible. So, like I said, it's a slow go this morning. I decided to do a little unboxing because I had a surprise package arrive yesterday. And yeah, I waited until today to actually open it with you. And currently we have a Miss Clara that wants to hop up and say hi. You can say hi. Yes, because, well, today's going to be kind of cat themed. So she's rubbing her head over here. Now you stopping? Okay. You go rub your head on me? Alright. So, my package. My package arrived so much earlier than I thought. Because when I ordered it, it said it would take, I think it said 1 to 2 to 3 weeks before they even packaged it to ship out to me. I'm like, okay, that's perfect, and then it'll come at a good time for being a Christmas gift for me, because that's what I'm intending it to be. It's a Christmas gift for me. There you go, babe. You can go watch the fog. You're showing everybody your buttocks. Very cool. Good job. All right. So I wasn't anticipating this package arriving until, kind of just before Thanksgiving. And when I saw on my informed delivery that I had a package coming, I was really confused. And so my postal person put it at my door, and as soon as I looked at the return address, I realized what it was. So now I've got you going, what is she talking about? So I got to back up a little bit. Earlier this week, I was working on some of the ornaments that are now in the shop. I brought some out. So I was working on some of these. Okay, I'm really rather proud of these. They're all in their little trios here. You gonna get another one out? Not making a mess? They're all in their box. So I was working on these hearts with shadow cats, and thinking back about cats, and these cats kind of came from last year's Clara's friends' cats. Whoops. Okay, if you remember these from last year. So these definitely came from a childhood memory, which is twofold. Grandma on one side, had these big kitties that were like door vent stops, and they were much bigger than these. I would say they would stand, at least twice the height here. Measure, Anna. So this one's 8. So yeah, Grandma's probably stood 15, 16 inches. And they were so cute. They were pre-printed, just had a front, a back, and a base. They didn't necessarily have the big tail, but she did make some that had a big long tail, you know, to stop the vents. The draft is what I'm talking. That's what I mean, not vent, draft, from coming under the door. Now, those kitties were little black and white gray tabbies. And that connects to another memory that I have from like, I was probably 7, 8 years old. My other grandparents and I went to the MAG, which is our Memorial Art Gallery. And it's a big art gallery. And they have a nice little gift shop. They still have a nice gift shop. And I picked out a little cat. About, you know, I'm remembering it about yay tall. So what, 3-4 inches tall. And it was the same gray, black, white tabby. Front, back, pre-printed, little bottom. And this one had its little ornament string. I had that for years and years. And I'm really, as a kid, I was really pretty good about taking care of things. I wasn't the kid with the crazy messy bedroom. Like, it would get messy, but everything had to go back to exactly the spot. I kept some toys up on shelves that they weren't to come down. They were, if anything, more curated than played with. I would dust them. I would count them. I would catalog them. I wasn't your normal child. I would line up my My Little Ponies and take photos of their buttock symbols and check them against the catalog. Yeah. So I had this little ornament tabby. So remembering this little ornament tabby, I was like, you know, I wonder if I can find a replacement for it. And I started looking. Of course, where do we start? eBay. And in my look on eBay and just generally poking around, I also did a general Google search. I discovered my little memory kitty has a whole history. And now I'm realizing I should have brought over my tablet because then I could tell you the names. I can't remember the name of the woman. So there was a woman in Ithaca, New York, in the late 1800s. Can you hop them down? So she lived in the late 1800s, and she had a cat named Caesar. Caesar was a polydactyl, which means he has extra fingers on his paws. And this was about the time that stuffed animals were becoming a little popular here in the United States. And so this woman, I'll add the name to the info below and probably a couple links. This woman made a silhouette style muslin of Caesar, and her sister painted Caesar, the front, the back, the bottom. And so somehow, and I'm not really clear as to how the somehow, a Toy Works, I think it was, did they say Arthur Toy Works? See, this is why I need to bring over my notes, rather than trying to do this from memory. Let me grab that. Okay, sorry about that. Yes, we do one takes here. All right, where did I put all of those links? Like I said, it's a slow morning. I was not prepared. Oh, and this is going to be slow in the loading. Okay. So this Toy Works somehow saw her Caesar, which became known as the Ithaca Cat, along the way here, and offered to buy out the design. At some point in here, she actually had patented it. Patented it. I don't know why I have trouble with that. And she said no to the single price. And instead, there we go. All right, so it's the Arnold Toy Works. Okay. So the Arnold Toy Works offered this woman, was originally, I think they said $25 for the rights. She said no. Okay. So the woman's name is Celia Smith. And she did this in the 1890s, okay? And her sister-in-law is Charity Smith. So they started with the blank muslin and then painted Caesar on there. And here's a photo of Caesar. Cute, cute kitty. Alright, so she turned down the initial price and instead was paid, I believe it said a penny per yard. Now, the tabby cat Caesar fit on a half yard, so you could get 2 cats out of a yard. And they were sold for 10 cents. And in 1892, the tabby cat Caesar made a nationwide appearance for Christmas and was quite popular. So this tabby cat also became known as the Ithaca Cat. And was, was produced right through to World War I. And I think that's pretty impressive. Be careful! Please don't pull down my curtains. So she's been getting really aggressive lately, especially when she's there. We'll just let it go. So Arnold Printworks, or Arnold Toy Works, created the tabby cats for a couple decades. What I'm remembering are probably the reproductions that came in the 1980s. They started reproducing the prints, and you can find those. Now, in poking around, I saw several originals, I think from the 1980s. There was one, I think, that might have been earlier. And then I discovered the History Center in Tompkins County had their own. And I was like, okay, if I'm going to replace or pick up one of these, I want to do it from a history location, a museum. And so I had the tab open on my tablet, and I was like, don't be silly, don't spend the money. And then I went to school, and I shared the story with a couple coworkers, and oh my. And I realized just like how much joy sharing the story brought, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get myself a kitty. So here is my Christmas present. Ta-da! Look at him! Oh my gosh. Oh, you're gonna be a little topply, which is fine because mine are topply. Alright, so this is the History Center in Tompkins County. I will add their link so you can pick up your own Caesar. Oh, look! And we got the tail of Caesar Grimalkin. And it's a poster with Caesar's history. So here you can see, this is her patent. And over here are some of the kitties. Okay, now here's the thing. Caesar has something different. Oh, that's cute. There's a little thread. So this Caesar from Tompkins County, there we are. Okay, so it has the date. So you definitely know. But they added his extra toes. I wasn't sure how this was going to look, but yep, there's his extra toes. So here is my Ithaca kitty, Caesar. And so Caesar will hang out with Clara's friends. Yeah? I'm going to hang out with Clara's friends. And we're hopefully not going to bother Caesar. I hope. I would still love to find the smaller version, the ornament version. My sister says she remembers seeing the small ornament on, she thinks, Grandma's tree, which is possible that at some point I gave Grandma my ornament and then forgot because she had these kitties. So yeah, so little memory. Thank you, Tompkins County History Center, for offering these and shipping so fast. Like, really, I thought this was going to be like weeks. It was a nice surprise. Major self-control. Major self-control. Alright, so here's today's video. It actually wasn't the planned video. I do have another video in mind, which is very much a crafty how-to. So I'm going to upload this. Deal with a memory thing with the phone. Fingers crossed. I am going to order my own document camera. I've narrowed it down to 2. That way we can do some hand shots down, you know, the camera angle stuff that probably makes y'all crazy. Fingers crossed. Alright. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye. Oh my.